Good morning. This is a wake up for me. What I want to do is have a cigarette, smoke it. I'm not going to do a video. All I'm going to do is connect my life. I watched Happy Days when I was younger, HD TV, Harley Davidson, Happy Days, HD. Heaven of the angle, a queen is created in beta. D means dam. Dam means queen. Dam means beaver. Beaver is a representative of the mind. Beta is the world for the spirit mind. Beaver, beta, Happy Days. The current of the electricity of the orange of the HD Harley Davidson creates the yellow and red inside the orange, and then creates the yellow, the red, and the blue to create the angel. And you have HD TV, you have the hookup of heaven and the Queen's world, in which man is inside the Queen's world. There's only one queen in this world. Her name is Queen Elizabeth. Okay, she's in England. England, the English language was created from all the other languages in order to bring the world closer together and spread out into a whole new world they call North America, where the word of English spread far and beyond, and it accumulated other languages that broke off before they created the English, which is the Spanish. And that's why we have the Spanish in the Keys where Florida is. That's why everybody's a little bit different, and they call them a spick. A spick is a spirit 1-6 angel. Okay? A spick, I is the I birth, okay, and the C is the creation. Okay? So every terminology we use when we put together a bunch of letters, we're telling a lot more of a story than the actual word. We're telling the definition. I watched Edith Bunker, oh my God, with my grandfather, William, oh my God, Willie, WZ, my grandfather's initials. WZ is the beta creation of the earth. Z counts for the earth. You see, the earth sleeps, okay? We take from it, we feed it, the earth sleeps, but it never really sleeps. It just looks that way. We're a big ball that keeps turning, but we're on fire. It's an inferno, because it's the inferno that creates the mist inside your body that rises, heats you up, goes to the brain, warms up the water of Rain Man so Rain Man can continue. Because when the rain starts to get cold, Rain Man starts to shake and shimmer, and he can't think because he's so worried about keeping himself warm. Because if Rain Man freezes up, Rain Man dies. So he's fully protected in this body, in which in a parrot's body, right here is a hole. He's not protected in his mind as well as we are, and the parrots come from a warmer climate. Maybe there's too much energy inside this kind of bird, this parrot. I mean, he's got the colors of yellow and red. He's got, check the red out. It's almost like a cherry red. Check out the parrot, man. Check out his colors. He's really cool. He's electric. That's why he can talk, because that's what the colors say. What do you want me to tell you? When things turn glossy, it's a little different. You ever see something that's glossy? It has a reflection? Oh, that's about it. Okay, so we have Happy Days. We have all the planets. I'm just going to go over them quick and not in any order. Just throw out what comes in my mind. I just got out of bed and I like to just empty out. So we have Mercury, and we have Mars. First planet and fourth planet in the first 5 planets. We set up the first 5 planets by going Mercury, Venus, Earth, chop, Jupiter, chop, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. But in all that, okay, it's also individualized, because 1 and 2 are not in the same world. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, only the 5 connects to both worlds, and that makes the cross of the Jesus Christ. You see, we're set up as 1 and 9 are counterbalances of each other. 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 4, and 5 and 5 is what balances the 1 to 4 and the 6 to 9 of our planets. Second planet is Venus. In French, the V would change to a B, which would be a Venus. But because we're all males, right, in production, we'd also have to call it the penis. So you got now Venus. Then you get the Earth, the E world electronic. We are the E. We are E-I-E-I-O. We are the farm animals that come out of one of the biggest creations in the world, and that's Facebook. FB. FB is the business of beta. It's the creation. We are the betas. We become number 5. Okay, we go into Facebook and we're all number 5s. But now we have to categorize. My 5 is who I am as RF or MrTacpans's, wherever else they find me. Okay, we're going to jump on next. We're going to go to Three's Company, TC, Transformation Creation. They brought 3 people together. They transformed to be able to live as one. Three's Company. MASH. Okay, MASH is a 4 and 6 because of the M breaks down to Roman numerals 4 and 6. It goes 4, 5, 6, which means death. Okay, death angel of spirit heaven. Well, that would be, I guess, war, because when man says stop the war, he never stops. So the mind and somehow must be actually death unless you teach it. MASH, Three's Company. Richie Rich, angel resident in the I world of creation of heaven, of the I birth in the E world, in the I creation and the heaven I E world. Rich, angel resident in the I world of creation of heaven. It tells you it twice, okay, because when you make one, you make the other one opposite the other way to counterbalance. And in this picture here, he throws shoes and cans and all, and this is, don't forget, this is 1970. Okay, this comic, I have a couple hundred of them. Actually, I don't, but anyways. The comic book inside itself, it was white, and it starts turning yellow. So the air turns the white pages back to yellow, the originality of where the energy came from. So he's throwing boots and shoes and everything, and not only that, but he threw part of life. Let me see. Can you see that? The red and the yellow, look at the lines on it. The yellow's going east-west. The other one, it's a cross. They mix together. It's the same thing I'm designing. That piece in the front that you see right there, okay, that's like a mouth. Did you see that? When I bring it together and you cut out part of it, it looks like it's actually on an angle. It doesn't look like the mouth. You see these two? An eye here, a nose here, and out the nose comes all the jewels. Okay, you put in the garbage and you get all the jewels. We're a jewel. Jewel, it's a song about that jewel. So they're actually recycling and creating everything, and they're showing that, this book says Richie Rich Inventions, and they cross a dash through the C in Richie Rich, because that's the one sense spirit. Okay, see the dash that's the up and down here? And the reason it's like this and you don't see it in the center, because it doesn't go through the center. I make it go through the center. It connects and it goes around. This will turn. It does not need to connect here because it's connected on the point here and the point here. The beta world is connected up here 2, down here in 8. But this turns this letter. Okay? It goes around the ball. The ball you don't see because it's in gray. And since the whole thing here is in gray, you don't see the ball it turns around. And all these letters are included in it. Okay, so we'll take this one out of the way now. I'm going to bring in, I went to Blue Bonnets, don't exist no more, but let's go to one of the races. Because it's the 10th race, okay, and it's a beta race, the first horse is a DK, which would mean the queen is a king. The second horse is a D. That means the 2 is actually the queen of the queen who is playing the king's role here on this earth. Then they have Dirty Dancing on the 3. The 3 is creation. D and D, Dirty Dancing, because God, okay, and the female queen are now creating in this world. You got 4, Gravestone Dave. Isn't that incredible? God of the queen, is because the 4th one, even though it's even, God owns that even number. He just does. One of the even numbers God owns. 4, 6. Is it? Or is it 6, 4? Or is it just a 10? I'll just put it all in 10. It's easier to read. We know the 10. We know what makes up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. 9 and 1 equals 10. 7 and 3, 7, 2 and 1. They're all 10. They're all an explanation of the creation of the connection here on this planet. 5, we have flexible freeze. Isn't that funny? That's so funny. F and F, 6, 6. Because in the 5th position, that's what life is all about. It's all about 6. 6 and 3. 3 the earth and 6 creation. 6 is man's business. The F plate on a car. They don't have that really. You see all Quebec's plate, if you go out here in Quebec, it's got all the numbers. All our cities, and most of them are saints, saint this and saint that. Is it saint or what was sent? Or is man's brain sane? Which part of it do we have? Well, in all situations, it's all the same. In their category, it's what brings everything closer together, the similarities. And it's the differences, okay, that bring the opposites together. Because if it's opposite, you got to find something in between, so they're all opposites. So all three of them end up being even. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 9. 9 and 3 is 12. 2 and 1 is 3. Oh my God, it all starts over again. But there's more to it. I made a little blooper in there. The sixth horse, okay, is Scheming Ike, which is the spirit of the eye world. And of course it's on the 6, which would be the queen. And the 7th horse would be the god. And it's called Nallis Bogart. N, which means the 5th position of creation. And the B, which is Beta, who's taking that creation in the 7th spot. And now you have the race horses in here. You notice it's in the E world because it's blue. Okay? The black means the story was written up in the heavens. So this 10 and these horse names will represent. Now to pick a winner in here, okay, you add the colors of the pool balls, the numbers of the telephone, add in Rubik's Cube, add in the colors of the rainbow, and what you got to look at is the number he's at, the initials he's got, okay, and how many horses are in the race to understand what kind of world you're in. Okay, the number of horses in the race will tell you the world. This is a 6 world. To here is 1, to here is 2, to here is 3, to here is 4, to here is 5, to here is 6. Here is 7, to 8, to 9, to 10, to 11. We don't go back to 1. We go all the way down to here, and then up to here to 2 again, and go back down again. This is at the end. This 1 starts everything, puts it into her, and she takes care of it. So the difference in between 1 and 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it takes 5 lines, okay, 5 lines to connect this whole thing. So if you get the numbers and the colors, I had it one time I figured it out. And guess what I have? I have a lot of information to work with. We're not looking to pick the winners of tomorrow. It's the winners of yesterday that explain how tomorrow is going to come in. So the matrix, okay, if you figure it out, can probably give you some winning gambling corners. And it's funny because just about every single whatever, somebody who reads the future, they're always, it's the money. It's the money. The minute somebody talks to me from one of those things and it's about money or selling me things, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'll change my life based on what I see. But anybody that's going to talk to me about money, I don't want to know. If you're trying to tell me how I'm going to make money in the future because of how the planet is based out, that's fine. But the whole thing is my integrity, what I decide to do will not come in your way because it's through your mind and your understanding. If I don't implicate your world into my world, I'll never even be able to see your world. Even though your world and my world are alike, you're seeing it different. If I don't understand you or implement it in any way into my brain, then I'll never understand. I'm just a quarter. And look at this. I'm going to try and show you. You see the ridges at the end? See those ridges? The reason there's ridges on this, okay, because this turns, okay, and you see it this thick, the quarter. But in all actuality, the quarter's like this. And the same thing on this. You see that? Those lines is what makes it turn. It turns. It might be turning like a wheel and turn and turn and turn. And it's turning the whole operation. Then when it's like a clutch. So when Beta wants to make a transfer, where is it? All she does is lift. You put it in. You turn it around. It blends together. And it goes out to another door. And creation continues. Let me get back to... they made a rainbow for us. Before anything even started, they made a rainbow. Okay? Before anything started, they told you about the balloon. You know what's really funny? soya sauce. It's dark, it's not black, it almost looks black. It's salty, and on this one, the maker of this one says wing, like the wing of God. And since we're in this crazy kind of big bubble, right, I think we're all packages, something like this. We flow, except they're all connected together. This says wing on it. Don't forget, salt, rice, corn. Watch out if you eat corn. Hey, imagine if you went out and bought some popping corn, okay, and you just swallowed it, and it got really hot and it blew up in your stomach. Oh boy, you'd be Santa Claus within 1 hour. You'd be a Michelin man. What other programs do I watch or play? Hockey, heaven. Baseball, beta production, beta life, 22. Hockey, baseball, football, FB, the business of beta. T-ball, that's God. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, the T-ball, they set it up on a T. Okay, beta, and she says, let's play ball. So what she does this time in her world is she separates. Now she has to put a string. Okay, hold on, how can I show this? Now you have to put a string before one and the other, and they're hanging from each other. The bottom hangs from the top, or the top holds up the bottom, and beta can create. So she's always closing and opening and turning, almost like a starter in your car. Another thing is, I wanted to show you on that wing is when you fill up a balloon, right, and you pick it up, it sort of squishes, right? So this design here, okay, I think is basically something to do with the bubble of our universe. It always moves in and gets dented in. There's always dents in it. There's always things moving around, and there are dents in it because it's a dense object. It's full of hot air. That's what keeps the bubble up in this world. So I'm talking about creation, and I'm going to be going now. And if you don't think I know anything, I don't have to know anything that anybody else knows. I only have to know the way I see the same situation. Okay? Everybody sees that situation, but I see it my way, you see it your way. Let's discuss it. We'll bring it together like I do and I repeat all the time. And then we'll figure out what the difference is. And then from the difference, okay, we'll be able to, how does it work? 2 steps back, see the difference, to go 1 step forward. Have a good morning. Tacpans 7286. He's sleeping right now. I just can't mention his name. MrTacpans's is not up. So this cassette is ending. Ending! Oh my God. Electronic neutralization of the Queen in the I world of the neutralization of God. ING. End. Beta. Ing. God. ING. What a way to go, eh?